Hello and welcome everybody, my name is Kavalech, and what in the world is Through the Nightmares? Well, it's an interesting game that I'm very much looking forward to showing you. It comes to you from a 3-person development team. Yes, that's what I just said, a 3-person development team. And they say that is a challenge-driven platformer for anyone who has ever had a restless night. As somebody who has insomnia, let me tell you, if this is what I thought of in my dreams, I definitely would never sleep again, and I already don't sleep great. But anyway, what does that mean? Well, we'll jump in and have a look. Basically think kind of like, maybe like a Meatboy style thing. You'll see when we get in. Not maybe as challenging as Meatboy, and certainly not as fast-paced. But a lot more handcrafted and here to kind of give you an atmosphere and a story. But yeah, so they say it has a challenging system. It's got a changing your size, overcoming nightmare traps, and we're going to be facing Morpheus and rescuing children from endless dreams. But yeah, like I said, in a 3-person development team from the Ukraine. So it's Albert, Kate, and Krylo. I apologize for butchering that name. It's a cool name though, Krylo. Ooh. Kyrylo? K-Y-R-Y-L-O. That's a cool name. I'll have to think of that one. Anyway, yes, so it's the Sandman team, and Pingle is the name of the company, which, I'm not going to lie, I did think it said Pringle when I first started up the game, and I got excited because I love Pringles. But anyway, enough of that bollocks. Pingle is the actual name. Fuck's sake. Anyway, let's have a look at the options menu. This is, of course, the demo, by the way. This game releases officially in a few days from now, a few days from recording. It'll release on the 19th of June 2025. But there is a demo, which we always love, and I try to show off demos because a lot of people don't really look in that section on the PS5, or you can actually play this on the Switch, or anywhere really, Xbox, PC, anywhere you want. A lot of people tend to overlook demos, but I'm telling you, you get some good stuff in there, and if I can showcase a fabulous game like this, I definitely will. But even for a demo, let's have a look and see what we've got. So, language, controller, motion sensor, separate audio sliders, you know I love that. Controller speaker, it's off because I'm using headphones. An FPS lock. Locking it to 30 FPS I'm not sure about. I would have preferred a 60 FPS lock, but especially for a game like this, but look, we'll see. It's the only option for the moment. Hopefully in the main game there's more. And then we have our controls here. Not a lot of controls, as you can see, so I don't mind too much not rebinding, because there's not really a whole lot there to do. But let's jump in and have a little look at what we've got. Now, I did play through some stuff. I think I can swap over to a separate one, can I? Yeah. And I can show you what this is like from the beginning. Not a huge demo. As you can see, a lot of it says not available in demo release. But it still kind of gives you a certain vibe. And then certainly I would say, as I always say, use this video plus some trailers, plus maybe other people's thoughts to make your whole opinion. And play the demo yourself. But from the trailer, some of the missions look insane. You're already seeing the Meatboy comparison here, by the way. Oh, the King of Nightmares claims his prey. A child is lost, too frail to stray. You can see the Meatboy comparisons there with the level select type of thing. It's a cute art style. They say it's a low poly art style. And I get that. It is kind of giving a low poly style, but there's something charming about it. A hero wakes in shadowed lands to break the chains with fearless hands. Just FYI, I am dreadful at these games, by the way, so this is not going to be good gameplay, but I do wish to show you the gameplay, because obviously there'd be no point in this video otherwise. So yes, we are going to be playing as the Sandman, I believe. But fate is cruel, the dark holds tight, another dreamer fades tonight. Very nice. I mean, if they want somebody to read those out, by the way, I would be very happy to. Yes, Sandman, determined to save a child. So, as you can see, here it is, the visuals. It's very clean looking. It's a very nice looking game. Handles fantastically, by the way. You got a lot of control in the air. So, left and right movement. You can use either the directional buttons or the stick. And then X to jump. that's all we can do for the moment. We shall see. Now you find yourself moving quite quickly. Ah, and here's that conceit. So holding R2, you don't just press it, you hold R2 and you become small. Whoop. You obviously can't jump as high, but physics. So as a small boy, as a little small boy, you can't pick the bird, but become bigger, and you will affect it, and you will fall down. Make sense? Pretty much makes sense. And so the conceit, certainly of the demo at least, is this whole switching between the two and trying to not so much solve puzzles, but trying to get through areas like this. So we can run up here, then we have to switch back just in time to jump up and make it through. Marcus's memories. We got some little pictures here that tell us a bit of a story. Also listen to the music, by the way, just for 2 seconds. I am jamming to this. I like it. So it looks like Marcus went camping. What happened next? Well, we gotta finish the next level to find out. We didn't die, and we completed the level. You can go back to the room, restart, and next level. Don't worry, by the way, the difficulty will ramp up rather quickly. It is an instant death game, so once you hit off something that is spiky or anything of the sort, you will die. Mushrooms. Landing on a mushroom is safe. Big is not safe. Woo. You can see already where this is going. Now, it doesn't tell you this. I had to figure this out myself. Square is now, we can drop this and it will make a checkpoint, meaning if we die, we will come back to here immediately. I'm not going to do that because I'll show you something else you can do with this. So we're not going to make our own checkpoint, we're going to ignore that. Now we have options. We can go up to the top left there to get a special item or drop down to the right. So branching paths with different challenges. Oh god! Different challenges. Thank you very much. To unlock special secrets. And you know we love a good old secret in this channel. Very nice. Oh god. Fuck. I'm stressed. Oh god, I'm stressed. Oh. Ah, fuck. And because we didn't make a checkpoint, we are right back to the beginning. God fucking damn it. Oh, but interestingly enough, as you've seen, a lot of the stuff stays in the position they were in. Now, can we do this properly, please? Thank you. Which I found very interesting, to say the least. Now we have to get the checkpoint back. I know, why didn't you just make the checkpoint? Well, because this game is a devious bastard, to say the least. Because yes, you can make your own checkpoint. That's very nice of them, isn't it? Make your own checkpoint. How nice of you to do that for me, game. Except it's not nice because they don't want you to make your own checkpoint. As you'll see here when I get through here. Yes, I died once, but you get this extra symbol here at the end because you didn't use the checkpoint. So yeah, you can use checkpoints to help you get through levels, but the game rewards... It doesn't tell you what in the demo, but you get a reward of some sort for not using the checkpoint, which already made me stressed because I was like, fuck, that means I'm not allowed to use the checkpoint. Now, there's a number 1 beside the room. What, pray tell, does that mean? We get a little backpack. So you unlock the item physically for the room. A little googly-eyed backpack. What that does, I don't know. We'll have to find out in the main game, won't we? And that's kind of the conceit. We will go through... There's only 7 levels in the demo, so I'll go through them all, hopefully, if I can get through them, because I wasn't very good at this game. But that's kind of the conceit of the game. I really like it. It's really charming, good music, and I do feel maybe they could have showed off a bit more in the demo, but from what they have shown off, I really like it. I'll be honest and upfront with my bias and say that it's not for me. As in, I was never a big fan of Meatboy or anything like that because it stressed me out far too much. And this also causes me great stress. And while I know for somebody who plays games like Elden Ring and Lies of P and all that, it might sound ridiculous to say, oh, it stresses me out, thus I'm not going to play it. There's a certain type of stress that I'm okay with, you know? And because I'm not very good at platformers like this, you know, not really. Although this one, it seems a bit more entry level, and it's very cute and eases you in nicely. So I will say that. If you're into this type of game, I think there's a lot here. And if you're not, I think there's still good stuff here. Anyway, more of Marcus's memories. A raccoon came and appears to have lured him out of his tent. Oh dear, that's not good. That's not good at all, is it? But as charming and as wonderful as this game is so far, I do have some complaints. Only some, and they're only minor. One, I do feel maybe there could be a little bit more in the way of instructions, because, fuck, you know, while having just the minimalist things on the screen is fine, like, I didn't know what the checkpoint thing was doing, and if I was younger or something like that, I don't know if I would have understood that. So maybe just a little bit of writing or something, even like a manual in the main menu or something. Here's my other main complaint though, and this is a big one. So I've just died, okay? And I'm like, shit. Oh man, I'm doing a no-death run, I want to restart the level. There is no way to restart the level. You can return to the dream, that just brings you here. No other button restarts the level. So now there will always be a death on this level. But if I go back to the room, I have to load, and then I can go back into the level again, and then I can do it deathless. An ability to just restart the level would possibly... I mean, this is a problem I have with things like Crash Bandicoot. I'm like, come on, just allow me to restart the level. Having me have to leave the level completely is a pain in the ass. Here's our next ability. We jump for a circle, we slam down. You can see how this is going to become very stacking in terms of your abilities and what we're going to be doing. Oh god. Another fun thing about this is that it allows you to open up shortcuts and stuff, which is fun. Now that'll stay broken forever, and so we can use that then to... oh god. Remember the mushrooms break. We can use that then to skip that section on the next run through. Okay. Keep in mind this is level 4 and we're already getting not crazy complicated, but complicated enough. That is the way to the exit, but we're going to go down first. Okay, ready, go down. Okay, and then I'm going to jump over this first. Do this. Okay. And I'm going to jump over you. Oh, shit. Not how you do that. That's not how you do that. Sodding fucking bollocks. What's funny to me is as well, in the trailer, they showed off some really fucking cool stuff. Really unique looking levels with like cars coming down this weird sloped level, like they were coming towards the screen, but it was on a slope. It was a very dreamlike thing. And that's wonderful, except in this demo, they only really showcased this type of thing. Which is wonderful, don't get me wrong. But it's not exactly as imaginative as a dream sequence with fucking cars. So maybe they could have showed off a little bit more? I don't know. Maybe. Anyway, you can see there I only had one death, because I obviously reset, if you will. If you will. Ooh, a butterfly net. Very nice. Flutter by a butterfly. Right, on to the next level. So there's only 3 levels left as far as I remember in the demo. Yes, there is, yeah. One of them is one that I'm very much looking forward to showing you, because it really kind of showcases where this game can potentially go. Ah, yes, this level we have things that follow us. Another thing that I'm not a big fan of in this game, again, I probably... not sounding negative, but We have to show the good with the bad. But another thing that I'm not a huge fan of is sometimes I can't quite distinguish things. Now, that could be my own fucking issues, I understand completely, but there are some times where I can't quite decipher, where I can't quite, fucking hell, I can't quite decipher where some of the layout is and what way it wants me to go. You kind of figure it out after a second, but I don't know if that will become a problem more as the game goes. You know, oof, fuck you. Damn. Damn, Daniel. Don't fucking shoot me, you bastard. Oh god, please. Oh, fuck's sake. Yeah, you can see me falling apart here already. My problem is that I get frustrated and then try to rush. God, fuck's sake. Instant death has always been a thing that I'm not the biggest fan of. But obviously, it's kind of how these games work. And I understand that. That's how these games work, you know. I've just never been the biggest fan. Now, these only shoot when they see you, when they see you big. So you can avoid them by being small. You can avoid them by being small, boy. Hey, there we go. Phew. Okay, Marcus followed the raccoon to the woods and tried to follow him into a little den, but could not find him. I'm sure nothing bad happened to him then. You know, I'm sure. But yeah, that's the only thing, is that I'm worried that as we go, it'll become very visually cluttered. I just jumped straight into that. But as you can see how quick it is to... fuck's sake. How quick it is to restart and everything. It's pretty good. But like there, I took the I only remembered that actually from the last time I played while I was testing this out. I thought the demo would be longer, by the way, which is why I actually ended up finishing the demo. But yeah, I didn't expect... oh yeah, this section. Okay. Whoa. That's small. Oh, fuck. Whoa, oh, 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 oh. Jump. And then go small. Leave me alone, please. I can tell, by the way, the levels are definitely going to get longer. Longer and longer and longer. Until we're going out the fucking roof. Binoculars. The good thing as well is that once you pick up an item like that, you don't have to do it again. I do like that. I do like that a lot. Oh. And then down this way. Oh god. Oh, physics. Oh boy. Oh boy. Don't fuck this up. Yes. Now. Look at that big boy. That didn't look great, I won't lie. The low poly for the big monster, I think, makes it look unfinished. Everything else looks wonderful, but I think making the monster look like that, especially with that animation he just did there, it didn't look great. He will look great in the next level, but he didn't look great there, I'm not gonna lie. Anyway, binoculars. We can see we're building up this room and building up a little story of this guy. Now, there is nothing in this level. Why is that? Well, let me tell you. This is where the game, to me, is either going to be extremely appealing. Troll thinks he found an easy prey. This is where this game is going to become either something you really want to play or something you're like, absolutely no way, that looks far too much to me. Especially if you want to do it without dying, or somebody who gets stressed easily, or somebody who gets frustrated easily. Hopefully I can do this without dying too much. This was a bit of a nightmare when I played it the first time through. I think a lot of people are going to look at this and love it. I have my reservations, but that's just my own personal bias. I actually have enjoyed it, though. I really enjoyed this demo. But let's have a look and see what I mean. So, this is a chase level. Yep. And, oh god, only I remember kind of where to go. Sodding hell. Ooh. You can see it's a little bit stressful. Ooh. And this is where I mean about some of the... Fuck. some of the things not being very clear. Shit, I died. Some of the things not being 100% clear, especially when you're trying to run away from him. You're a little bit like, what the fuck am I doing? Oh god! You also are giving absolutely no time. Like, there is, if you are not fast enough, you're going to die. There's not really much in the way of wiggle room here. You know, there's no, oh, it's okay, I missed the jump or whatever, but I can get it in the next section. No. Oh, we completed the level, except no we didn't. And this is where the game gets wild. So, I like this. We can now use R2 to slow our descent. I did not realize that at all. I died about 4 times the first time I did this. I'm not gonna lie. Actually, more than that. I probably died loads of times because I didn't realize what R2 was doing. I thought I could just fit through the gap or something. A game like this, I feel, almost could do it like a narrator or something. You know? Going, slow yourself. Or something like that. Or become small and slow yourself. The troll is dead, by the way. We killed him. But the level's not over yet, and I'm dead. Fuck! You know, something like that. Oh, shit! Oh, fuck. Fuck. Only I know which way I'm going, by the way. This has become a lot easier. I died, I think, about 15 times or more the first time I did this, which doesn't sound like a lot, but if you're a person who gets frustrated easily... Oh! And this is only the one they have for the demo. We did it. Whew. In the forest, he began to see red eyes peering at him through the forest thicket. What happened next? I don't know. We'll have to wait for the main game, because that is the end of the demo. I think we get a little trailer, do we? No. Thank you for playing our game. Through the Nightmares is currently under development. We are working hard to improve the game, add new locations, have it released as soon as possible. It is being released just next week, actually. As I said, it is coming on the 19th of June. If you'd like to learn more about the development process, follow us on our socials. Don't forget to add Through the Nightmares to your wish list as well. Yeah, the reason I wanted to showcase this game is because I really feel not enough of these games are being produced that aren't like being made by, you know, a bigger team like the Meatboy guys and stuff like that. Now, I know Meatboy was it mainly just Edmund McMillan or whatever his name is? But anyway, it's just, what I'm saying is that it's nice to see more of these games being made, and one that isn't mainly focusing on the rage, because this is absolutely by nowhere near as hard as something like Meatboy, and it definitely seems to be wanting to tell a story. I know Meatboy has a story, but this wants to tell more of a story about real people and dreams and all that type of thing. I know there wasn't a huge amount in this demo, but you can see kind of where it's going. I believe, can I see here? I don't think I can see it from here, but I believe there's a way you could see somewhere. Oh, that brings up the PlayStation Store. I believe there's a way you can see that there's like so many kids. Oh, statistics, yeah, here. Death count, 12. Last taken, 9. Yeah, so unless this could just be, you can only access 7 levels in the demo, but supposedly there's at least 48 levels. Potentially more, but by the looks of this, there'll be 48 levels. There'll be 8 of Marcus's items, there'll be Jack, and then there's Barbara as well. 48 levels doesn't sound like a lot, but if they get more and more complex and more interesting as they go, which by all accounts, by the trailer and by the way that this demo itself worked, it looks like that'll be the way that they will actually get more complex, more interesting. I would implore you to go and look at the trailer after this as well, because as I said, there's some really good stuff. I wish they did what other people do at the end of this and play a little trailer. Fortunately, they don't. But it seems like they'll be interesting, and obviously there's the whole thing of going through the level without dying. Although there doesn't seem to keep that stat for each level, so maybe that doesn't matter as much. But going through the level certainly without using checkpoints, which, as you can see, at least for the first 7 levels, wasn't too bad, but I'm sure that'll get a lot more difficult as it goes. Whew. And who knows what other kind of tricks and things happen and what you gain for getting all the items. Overall, a fun little game, a quaint little game, and something that I think we should be celebrating, because indies, you know, there's so many indies being released at this stage. And it's so easy for them to get hidden, one. And two, it's also so easy for them to get hidden in amongst all the slop that there is. There is so much in the way of fucking slop. AI fucking generated content being put onto the PlayStation Store is rampant. I don't want to talk too much about that here, because obviously I don't want that to be the focus of this video. This game deserves the focus more than anything. It seems to be a real passion project, you know? And I think that potentially there could be stuff in here that they want to tell, story-wise, you know? I think there's definitely something... There's more under the hood that we're not seeing with the demo, you know? So I'm curious what more they might have hidden in there. But if any of this interests you, as I said, I 100% implore you, please go and try this out. Give it a go, and see what you think yourself. You know, it's made by 3 people. Come on, 3 people, and they're also in Ukraine. And you know, I'm not going to get political here, but with everything going on, the fact that 3 people in the midst of all of what's going on was able to create something artistic and something joyous. Really, it's really a really jolly little game. And the fact that they were able to create that during such adversity, I think deserves to be celebrated somewhat, you know, as well. So yeah, please do check it out. It's on all your platforms as far as I could tell. It's on PlayStation, it's on Xbox, it's on PC, it's on fucking yeah, that's kind of it actually, isn't it? That's everything. But yeah, Through the Nightmares. It has won a couple of awards already. It's won Best Art and Best Game Art. As I said, the game art is adorable. But as I said, check out the trailer, because by the looks of it, there's going to be big boss fights. There's going to be that level I said with the cars wrapping around the screen. Looks so cool. I wish they showed it off in the demo, because it really looks interesting. But then again, you can always just check out the trailer. It's literally like a minute or so long. Yeah, one that for a type of game that I'm never really into, one that I found just jolly. I couldn't fully nail down a price for this, because most of the things just say coming soon. But from what I can gather on the Nintendo store, at least, I found that it was listed for $19.99, or your regional equivalent, dollars, sorry. $19.99 or your regional equivalent. So it's also a cheap game, like 20 bucks nowadays when games are 80, you know, and for a game that'll support artists and also can just give you some quality entertainment for a few hours. I'd say that's worth it. You'd pay that to go to the cinema, right? That's what I will say. You'd pay that to go to the cinema and watch a movie that is not as good. You know? You would. And that would only last you about 2 hours, the cinema, let's be honest. 3 hours if it's a Marvel movie. But, yeah. If you like what you've seen today, please do like and or subscribe. Be sure to check out Through the Nightmares when it releases. This guy looks fun, by the way. I definitely want to try and... I wonder if there's like a chase level or a fight with him or something. But yeah, check it out. As I said, check out the demo if you're not too sure. I've been Kavalech. As I said, if you like what you've seen, please like and or subscribe. Let me know in the comment section down below if you are going to try it, or what you think of it, or do you have any thoughts in general, really. Lots more coming up soon. I do have some more What in the Worlds is on the way, but for the moment, obviously, we will be playing our playthroughs of Sly Raccoon, and as I said, I refuse to call it Sly Cooper and Thieves Raccoonus. That's not the name of the first game. And Mortal Shell. But for now, thank you all so much for watching. You've been absolutely fantastic. I hope you have a great time, and I'll see you next time. Bye.